Dion here. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. It is Hump Day. It is the people who will save our democracy. It's up to us. I see what Dale just wrote there. September 18th. What is it, like 50-something days till Election Day? The Republicans are... Well, they're not really the Republicans. Maga is melting down. We've seen this show before, right? The Maga meltdown. Lots of stuff to talk about as usual. I just want everybody to know that as Maga begins to feel like they're losing, as Maga feels like they're going down, they're going to ramp up the idiocracy. Not like I'm telling you something that you don't already know, but I just want to remind us that as Maga starts falling down, the crazy rhetoric, the stochastic terrorist threats, the hatred, the vitriol, the pro-Russia, pro-Putin propaganda is going to go through the roof. So get ready. James is saying, what an insane week. It's always an insane week. Some more insane than others. So right now they're in a bit of a conundrum. Well, they're in a bit of a conundrum through and through. Because we are a democracy and they are behaving as if they live in Russia. And the reason for that is because Donald Trump is Putin's puppet. Okay, I just want to make it clear, it bears repeating, that Donald Trump is working for Vladimir Putin. And nobody here can argue that, right? So, can I get a witness? Donald Trump is working for Vladimir Putin. They're behaving as if they're already the Russian Federation of America. Okay? I just want us to be more in front of the ball than behind the ball. Keeping our eye on the ball, our collective eye on the ball. What they are doing is they're attempting to prep America for a takeover by the Kremlin. Okay? So, they haven't succeeded. It's just sickening. And my heart goes out to all of you that live in red states where there's lots of Trump flags, and hopefully, batter up, right? Hopefully, well, I know that, Darren, that this is nothing new. But when Trump got in office, of course, I know Russia's always been the enemy, right? But apparently some people in America don't know this. So they're easily swayed. So the thing is, so I saw, my heart goes out to you if you have to endure people that are pro-Putin. Okay, I'm sorry. I let me just, on behalf of all the crazies, let me apologize for them. Because it is not easy. And for me, personally, it's the greatest test of my patience. It's the greatest test of my tolerance. It's the greatest test of my ability to love unconditionally. And I'll be completely honest, I'm not the kind of person that can send them light and pray for them to find their love inside. I can't do it. It's just, maybe some people can do that. I am not that evolved. What I do is I make a really strong attempt to go to neutral. And I talk about that a lot. To just go to neutral. So on my walk today, I'm gonna do a video of the most incredible flowers you ever might see. These aren't them. I went to the farmer's market today. On my beautiful walk, where I'm walking past these, we have volunteers in the city that spend the whole entire season grooming these gardens and just making them so beautiful. So there I am in that beautiful tiptoeing through not the tulips, but the beautiful flowers. And then I see this guy with the drawbridge was up, so the traffic was stopped. And there's this guy with a big ass pickup truck with these big ass American flag and Trump flag, Make America Great Again. He's got a cigarette hanging out the window. I really had to contain myself. I really, I had to really just go through this exercise of do not get upset. Do not go up to that man. I felt like if somebody was with me, they'd probably be tempted to try to hold me back, right? I was like, oh my God, you're ruining my beautiful day on purpose. Because I really because, I am, psychic, or I wouldn't have this channel. I'd be embarrassed if I wasn't psychic. I would not do this. And I really picked up so strongly from him that it was about owning the libs. That it's about sticking it to you. Because as we all know, we know what full well, Massachusetts is where it all began. This is where the American Revolution began. It's where it was fought, right? Where it started. And so this guy really, what his objective was let's piss everyone the hell off. Let's own the libs. And the other thing that I pick up really strongly is these macho, they think they're macho men, have a very small heart. And what I really feel is that, and this is no excuse, I pick up that they are very wounded children. And many suffered abuse from their fathers, whether it was verbal, whether it was physical, whether it was both, whether they had, I just really pick up strongly that there's a lot of anger there. Rosa's saying you're wearing your subtle campaign shirt. What does it have, a little Harris Waltz little symbol there or something? So anyway, we have to acknowledge we're all going through this together. It is not easy. I don't get exposed to it as much as all you people that are surrounded by Trumpsters. But I really felt like going up to that guy, making this big statement with these huge flags. First of all, I want to ask him how much he paid for his flags. Because they were huge. And I wanted to say, I didn't say it, I didn't say anything. I'm proud of myself. You ordered I understand the assignment shirt. I like that. For Harris. I wanted to say, why don't you just move to Russia? See, aren't you glad I didn't say anything? Because I'm alive and well here. I really wanted to say it. I could have said, where was that big flag made? In China? I really wanted to say, you might just want to move to Russia. But I didn't. Are you proud of me? The police didn't come. I didn't cause a ruckus. Let's have a dad joke. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here. I'm always glad you're here. Of course, I wouldn't be me without you. My wife accused me of stealing her thesaurus. Not only was I shocked, I was appalled, aghast, dismayed. I'm a thesaurus fan. I think all writers are. And James is saying, I never realize how much anger I hold until I'm confronted by a Maga truck. I know, and that's it. I want to speak to that, James. That's it. It is a test. if it brings up a rage within you, and this is my like spiritual teaching, lesson for myself, and I do my best to give it, this lesson that I'm learning to everybody else, because we don't help when we contribute to the anger and the vitriol by responding with that energy back. If we're talking energy. So I'm doing my best, and we'll all keep doing our best. They want to raise a reaction because their lives are so miserable, right? And if you want to help them, they don't want any help. Bless his heart. Is that what you do, Tammy? Bless his heart. It was interesting. Electrostorm is saying I should learn Russian so when I see a Maga, I can start speaking to them in their mother tongue. They'll have no idea. They'll have no idea what you're talking about. But there are things you can say to kind of shake these people that have been hypnotized by the cult. The psychological warfare. They're victims of psychological warfare. Most of them, right? And now we have the evidence. Now the DOJ has already uncovered the evidence. It was concealed, but the information is now out there. It's so weird, Tweet Scotchy is saying, but it makes sense too. It's weird, but it does make sense. Laura Loomer might be. What are you saying? Laura Loomer might turn out to be a fatal attraction. You got that energy from her. Well, she's bad news. We'll put it that way. We're going to look at some cards. Before we do, I want to read to you. There's a lot of talk about the potential for a government shutdown. Can you believe it? I mean, we get tired of this. We really do. We get tired of this. Let's talk about what the Magas in Congress are threatening. They're threatening to shut down the government because of a non-existent issue. The non-existent issue is apparently the problem with illegal immigrants voting in presidential elections. No such thing has happened. Yeah, they voted no on IVF. We'll talk about that. No such thing has happened. We don't have a problem in this country with people that are illegal attempting to vote. They wouldn't be able to anyway. Mitch McConnell said it won't happen because pre-election it would be terrible. People have asked me about it over the past couple of weeks. And I have said I've already answered that question. My answer, in case you missed it, is that they wouldn't, the Magas wouldn't do that because it's too risky for them. It makes it, they're already making it so obvious how heinous they are. And what it would mean. Here's how I want to put this. If they went ahead and effed up America by causing a government shutdown, anyone who's even paying the remotest bit of attention will know that it was MAGA that caused the government shutdown. And I want you to really get this point. This is a really important point. It kind of hit me like, we should have had a V8 kind of a moment. It would be a mini Project 2025. It would be like a sampler of 2025. And if they got close to having a government shutdown, we could get very, very loud about what this is that they're attempting to do is the equivalent of a mini, like a sample of Project 2025. Oh, Thomas, Terry line dances on Wednesday night. He's asking where Terry is. Oh, a glitch in the Matrix. Yeah. Like, it came to me. Like, does that ever happen to you? Wow. Boom. There it is. It happens to me frequently. I think they call it a download. I had another download too. I might tell you about it. I have to think about whether I should share it with you. Let's see how the show goes, and then I'll think about it. It was an interesting download insight about Maga. Here's what would happen in a government shutdown. It would be a sample of Project 2025. And a full shutdown. Social Security and Medicare. Checks are sent out, but benefit verification as well as card issuance would cease. And the 1995-1996 shutdown, more than 10,000 Medicare applicants were turned away every day of the shutdown. These are the things that would shut down. Environmental and food inspection. National parks. Do you remember what happened in 2019? Remember Trump, crybaby Trump? He wanted his wall? If I don't get my wall, I'm going to shut down the government because I'm a big fat baby. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not a name caller, but he deserves it. Unless someone deserves it. Environmental and food inspection would shut down. The EPA would shut down. So in the 2013 shutdown, the Environmental Protection Agency halted inspections for 1,200 sites that included hazardous waste, drinking water, and chemical facilities, and the FDA delayed almost 900 inspections. The FDA inspects our food so we don't get sick. That would shut down. National parks would shut down. Remember that? The National Park Service, when it shut down before, turned away millions of visitors to more than 400 parks, national monuments, and other sites. Remember, what I'm talking about here is what Project 2025 has in it. Project 2025 is a recipe for a permanent government shutdown. So they're giving us, they're threatening a sample of that. Air travel. During the 2018-2019 shutdown, air travel was strained. Air traffic controllers and the TSA agents worked without pay. Remember that? Yep. It was dangerous to fly. Travelers faced longer lines. Some TSA agents did not report to work, and security checkpoints were closed, while the absence of 10 air traffic controllers stopped travel at LaGuardia and caused delays at several major airports. Health and Human Services would be prevented from admitting new patients or processing grant applications. I won't go on too long about this, but I just want you all to pay attention. The IRS would shut down. The SNAP program would shut down. It's called chaos. Yeah, it's what they are attempting to do. I know I say it all the time. What they're attempting to do is destroy us. Because they're working for Vladimir Putin. So when you see those Trump flags, I'm reading what Jason is saying. The ACA would go away, yeah. When you see those Trump flags flying, what they're advocating for is to vote for Trump, which is the equivalent of voting for Vladimir Putin to have power over us. And for them, these Christian nationalists who are imposing these draconian laws on women are causing women to die in America. Okay? Let's get to the cards. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Please do so if you haven't already, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I've been fighting with YouTube. My most recent fight with YouTube is that they keep putting a copyright on my own song. I'm being harassed and I don't like it. And then they say, oh, you can fill out this form. And then they say, oh, we'll get back to you. Yeah, right. It's making me crazy. It's so offensive. It's like if they put a copyright on your video that for your own song that you wrote, it's basically defamation. on my own song. Yeah, poor me, right? It's basically defaming me. It's causing it to look like I'm the kind of person. Imagine that. I would never steal somebody's music. They've done it to me twice with the song about January 6th, We Won't Be Backing Down, and with my song called New World. Yeah, YouTube needs competition. I agree. I'm doing my best to stay on top of them. My next step is an entertainment lawyer. It's not like I don't know people in Nashville. So anyway, let's get to the cards. I'm going to start with the good cards that Tia sent. I don't know if Tia's watching, but hi Tia, if you're up there. YouTube has taken on a lot of Russian propaganda ads. Okay. And I'm tempted to shut down my monetization, but I haven't attracted enough business through readings. Thank you to those of you who donate to me, and thank you to those of you who book readings and sign up for classes and all that. By the way, I do have an anonymous donor. I have one more reading to give away, so I'll figure out how to do that maybe tonight. If not tonight, Rose Allen, I've been seeing a lot of Trump ads on YouTube lately. Yeah, I might shut down the monetization and just trust that God will provide me with the money that I need. Which I trust that anyway. So, yeah, it doesn't make me feel good that when I monetize my channel that people are seeing Trump ads, because I'm really, you're saving for a reading. That's so sweet. Thank you. I'm really on the fence. I might just shut down the monetization. Of course, you know, if YouTube is running Russian propaganda ads, then if there's a song that I've written about January 6th saying we're taking back democracy and we won't be backing down, of course they would harass me. Betty's saying they do that to all. So are you telling me that there are other psychics on YouTube who put their own song up? Thank you, Marby. I appreciate it. Okay, 3 cards about the Harris Waltz campaign. Everyone has to keep their cool. We all have to keep our wits about us. The Harris Waltz campaign is making progress, moving the ball up the field, right? Gaining some yards, right? Getting those points. Getting the first down and the second down. We're getting there. The Harris Waltz campaign is getting there, but it's a crawl. It's a crawl. Oh, Amy, thanks for that insight. You've seen Trump ads when you watch Black and Orange. I have ad free on my personal YouTube. So the Page of Wands, the youth getting out the message is a huge deal. So I'm reading on Harris Waltz. Walls. It's a slog. It's a slog. It's not easy. The Harris Waltz, they're really pushing against this Putin movement. You just block the ads? Don't you have to pay for that? I mean, I paid $19.99 for, I hate advertising. That's why I hate that I need to monetize my channel. Yeah, I can't deal with ads. That's why I can't even watch mainstream news, well, for many reasons, but one, can't stand the ads. The Harris Waltz campaign is doing well, but I'm going to tell you, it's a slog. Warren, I know. It's a slog. Kamala Harris got a bad cold, you could tell. She was being interviewed by the Black Journalists Association, whatever they call it, right? So we have to stay all in. We have to stay all in. Okay? They're doing well, but it's kind of like, I don't know, I guess I could compare it to, say that you were having a boat race, right? There's a boat that's getting a little ahead, and there's a boat that's getting a little more ahead, so it's a slog. But then by the same token, I don't believe the polls. And I don't believe what I heard briefly on MSNBC the other day when I shut it right off and they were like, there's been no change since the debate. I don't believe that. Okay, so let's pull 3 cards about Joe Biden and what he's up to. Yeah, polls are wrong. Yeah, polls are wrong. I can do like a psychic poll. All right, let me do that. I'm going to do a psychic poll. I feel like what's actually happening, this is my read. The polls are wrong. My sense is the Harris-Walz ticket is like up to 60% and pushing beyond favorability. And Trump is below 40%. That's my psychic impression. I'm going to pull 3 cards on Joe Biden because I really know my psychic facts inside of me. They know that my psychic guides that Biden is working really hard to save our democracy behind the scenes. Do you get that too about the polls? My psychic poll has Harris-Walz up by in the 60 percentile range and Trump in the below 40 percentile range. Right around there. Okay, do you feel that? They're ahead. Oh, I mean, I just said they were ahead. Okay. Joe Biden is working on reforming the court. Okay, and the 6 of Swords. Joe Biden is really hell-bent on making sure that Trump pays the price and it's not an assassination. That justice is served and that Donald Trump pays the price. Okay, so this is interesting because I keep on getting that behind the scenes, Biden is working really, really hard to reform the court. And here's why. Because the Magas are planning another January 6th. The other night we were talking about that. We were talking about Tommy Dumbo Tuberville saying if the Democrats, warning the Democrats that they're planning another January 6th. So what Biden is working on behind the scenes has a lot to do with reforming the Supreme Court so that it's not a criminal, illegitimate court, which is exactly what it is right now. It's a criminal, illegitimate court. It's clear as clear can be. I know how hard it is for all of us. Yeah, we love Joe Biden. I know how hard it is for all of us. We're really, yeah, that's a threat, right? We're really at our wits' end with these people not being arrested. But Joe Biden is figuring out a way. And he's figuring out a way to hold Trump accountable for inciting that violent coup. It is shocking. It's hard. And the Supreme Court cannot be granting immunity. That July 1st decision, I mean, it was just a few days later, I was walking in 4th of July parades with my cards, and you all saw me, all of you that are here all the time, with my cards warning about Project 2025. It was 2 or 3 days after, because it was July 3rd and 4th. The Supreme Court had just declared that Donald Trump could basically be the king. Right? And so that was July 1st of this year, right? We all remember that. And I'm walking through the parade going, we don't need another king! We already did that! Most people were with me. There were a select few who hated me because they should be in Russia. So Joe Biden is really seeing to it that he does everything humanly possible to reform the court. And the Ace of Wands is we're going to hear about it at the perfect time. We're going to hear about what he's done at the perfect time. He will not have immunity. He will not. Joe Biden is making sure that Donald Trump does not have full immunity. The Nine of Cups. Boy, he's working hard. And Joe Biden is, I mean, I see him working, and it's like I see him surrounded by spirit guides. And and it feels like Founding Fathers kind of energy. So we're going to do a group hug right now. We're going to do a group hug. And it's starting to happen. We're going to do a group hug. That more and more Americans are just... Now, I always think about Donald Trump in his last life as Mussolini. The people turned on Mussolini. And what I know about, from reading past lives and doing so many readings and seeing patterns from past lifetimes, I feel like Donald Trump has, on it from a soul deep level, his greatest fear is that people will turn on him, like they turned on Mussolini. And if you doubt me about the Mussolini thing, look up Mussolini, find pictures of Benito Mussolini, and they look the same. So we're going to do a group hug. The American people en masse are turning on Donald Trump and shutting him down for good, so that we don't have to have him listen to his, shut him down from being in the public eye and causing all this damage. A gag, kind of a gag order, which those haven't worked too good either. So the group hug, a majority of the American people saying, go away. 1, 2, 3. And we mean it. And we mean it. We have a psychic in the house. We started seeing a white aura around Biden just before he handed it over to Kamala. I've seen that a lot. I've definitely seen a glow around Joe Biden. And I've seen a glow around Harris, too. And Walz, for that matter, too. I mean, I'm not just saying that because they love democracy, right? And we want our democracy to continue and we love them. There really is a glow. All right. I'm kind of, delaying going to the Nepharious cards. Please hit the thumbs up. Cost you nothing. And it helps me. So, and I know you want to help me because I know how loving you all are. I can feel it. Okay, let's see. Well, I still have the nice cards, or the nicey cards. So let's look at Ruben Gallego. I'm probably saying that wrong. In Arizona. Yeah, there's a lot of light coming out of Kamala's eyes. Yeah, she's divinely directed. I mean, the people that are saving our democracy are divinely directed. Ruben Gallego in Arizona needs to win. We really need to focus on that. We have to have the majority in the House and the Senate and all of it. We have to have the majority. So Ruben Gallego, and then I want to read on John Tester of Montana also. But first, Ruben. Carrie Lake is going to be big mad. I've never seen anybody so full of herself for one thing. John Tester in Montana. I said Montana, right? I'm reading on Ruben Gallego now. I apologize if I'm mutilating his last name. He's fighting the devil. Yep. He's fighting the devil. There's several women in the public's eye, that are definitely in cahoots with the dark side. I don't know if they're aware of it, but evil entities are working through them. And when I say that, I'm reminded of what they say about us. What was it? I heard that there was some pastor, so-called pastor, that wants to go after the witches. I mean, it's like, we are not going back, all right? We're just not going back. Christy, no. Yeah, okay, so you know what I'm talking about. As you list the ones that I'm referring to without me saying them. They're under the influence of the demonic. It's a real thing. Under the influence. But they're telling people that we are that. Now, who's the party that cares about other human beings? Ruben Gallego, that's running against Carrie Lake, is running against the devil. And the Two of Wands means they're rigging it in Arizona to make it look like the race is very close. But the judgment is coming down on Carrie Lake. So Ruben has, yeah, Mike Johnson too. But I was just talking about the females. Ruben has good people in the justice arena that will help. You saw the pastor's video? I didn't see the pastor's video. I just saw some kind of a headline or something that said this pastor is, and he's not the only one, is pointing to like Democrats and saying that we are witches and we're evil. I mean, it's like, really? Really? Because we want to help people? Oh yeah, I don't know, that's a different definition of evil to me. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to go to the Nepharious cards. Because we're talking about nefarious people. I should write to the guy that made this deck. I really should. I never thought I'd grow so fond of it, but it's so great. Magicians, Martyrs, and Madmen. If you want to get it, it's an excellent deck. By Travis McHenry. Alright. So many evil people, so little time. So yeah, the people that want to love one another, it's in the gospel according to John, love one another as I have loved you. Witches come from God. Well, witches and pagans, I mean, we don't have to get into it, I'll be here all day. But the Druids and the pagans worship the earth, much like the Native Americans, right? How is that evil? Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I saw a little clip. I really enjoyed not seeing them all for a couple of months. I saw a little clip of Maga Mike. That little dweeb. I mean, I don't even have any words to tell you how I feel about Maga Mike Johnson. With the little goddamn smirk. That smirk makes me crazy. We did a hug. I'm using bad words tonight, but I can get away with the the not too bad ones. Gotta get it out of our systems or we'll go crazy. Alright, Maga Mike with his little smirk. What was he saying? I just saw a little clip of him at a press conference. It's this, right? He looks like an evil something, because he is evil. He's working for Putin. It's so obvious. Is it just me? It's so obvious. I think we're really going to see it being really, really, really obvious very soon. So they're asking him about, we going to have a government shutdown? What are you guys doing? What the hell? They didn't say that. I'm saying that. No bank account, Maga Mike. Okay, why is that not being investigated? It is, I think it is being investigated. It's obvious. That's true. It's obvious. Are you going to be shutting down the government? The reporter asks. And he's to the smirk, and he's saying, well, we have to do, I can't even do it. I'm not even going to try. We have to do something about these illegal people that are voting, this big problem that we have with people that are illegal in this country voting. There's nothing like that happening. What's his fate? My guides are saying they're all coming down in one fell swoop. We shall see what that means. Maga Mike, there's a turn of his fortune for the worse. The Knight of Swords is usually the DOJ, usually representing Jack Smith and that energy. Yeah, it's already illegal, and he's up there with a smirk like, oh, we have this big problem with illegal immigrants voting. They don't. They couldn't if they tried. How do they think that, I'm going to have to pull out the pendulum. How do they even, they're trying to say this is a thing. That's what they do. Here we are, enjoying our lives, going to the farmer's market, getting some nice flowers, some nice vegetables, having a good life, enjoying doing my YouTubes, enjoying being with you all, doing my thing, you doing your thing, having a good life. The economy's great. We have the best economy in the world. They did bring down P. Diddy, right? Best economy in the world. People are traveling. People are having a good time. They're planning vacations. They're doing their thing. Their retirement accounts are doing great. And they're all like, let's ruin it. How do they think that that's going to be popular? I know, the Haitians, right. And what they keep doing is they keep inflicting more and more pain. So this is a sneak preview of Project 2025. I'm telling you. What they're planning to do with their threatening a government shutdown would be identical to Project 2025. Only Project 2025, what they want is to make that our life. So an entire life of a government shutdown from now until the day you die. I don't think so. So Maga Mike, the DOJ is definitely investing him. What is red lights? It's a truck over there. The Knight of Wands. Okay, there are more than one. There's more than one investigator and prosecutors investigating him, tracing the Russian money. It's not like this just started. These investigations started before the Mueller report came out. And I understand that we've been at war with Russia for all this time. It's just like this phase of it started before the Mueller investigation came out. Should we read on Laura Loomer? I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. Please hit the thumbs up. Please! Pretty, please, I'm begging you. It's so easy. Thank you. The rule of law, Zircon, as you know. Thank you for posting my P.O. Box. The rule of law is what makes us a democracy. We'll read on J.D. Vance. I'm going to ask the pendulum, are the people in Ohio going to make him pay the price? I'm not going to read on Laura Loomer yet. Are the people in Ohio... Well, she's the source of this rumor, right? This horrific thing that they're doing to the state of Ohio. J.D. Vance is doing this to his own state. And he did admit it's all made up. They're just letting it slip out now. Yeah, come on, people, hit the thumbs up. Thank you for your support. I'm just working on wrapping my mind around this, that's J.D. Vance's state. Can you imagine being a senator of your own home state and putting your entire state through holy hell? Is Ohio going to make him pay the price? It's going like... Okay, I might have to ask a different question. How can I put this question? Will the justice system make J.D. Vance pay the price? I get that justice is coming for him. Electra Storm is saying they need to recall J.D. Vance from the Senate. Betty is asking, will he be reelected? Let me tell you, and you might remember that I said it all along, he didn't win that election. Tim Ryan won that. Will J.D. Vance be asked to leave the Senate? He will be asked to leave the Senate. Okay. Will he? Will they be able to get him out? I get yes. I get a yes on that. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. 3 cards about his fate. You know what's funny? I'm actually like, did I already read on him? Because they're all the same energy. Thomas, sorry I'm missing the jokes. By the way, I did a great show with Kathy Beale yesterday. Please check it out. You made me think of it because the chat, I wasn't able to see the chat during the show, and I just kind of left it that way, and it helped me to focus a little better. You know, obviously, that would help. J.D. Vance. I like it. I like it. J.D. Vance. It's all going to come tumbling down for him. The 8 of Wands is it's going to happen quickly. I think he's just going to keep on keeping on. I think he's just... They don't retract. They double down. The spawn of Chucky. The Tower. And fast movement. Yeah, interesting. There's a lot of organizations. There's a lot of politicians. There's a lot of especially organizations that have a lot of money. I mean, remember, we know that the Haitian people that are in Ohio are there legally, and not only that, to add insult to injury, they're doing this to people that were invited after that horrible earthquake in Haiti, which was like 2010? Right around then. The state of Ohio was suffering economically, and the Haitian people were invited to come to help boost the economy, and they did. And J.D. Vance is tormenting them in ways that are so horrifying. And so this is like the Tower coming for J.D. Vance. And it's going to happen fast, and it's all those organizations that are... I do get that he'll be sued. And I do get that he'll be held accountable for keeping up these dangerous lies, which should be illegal. What do they say about you can't yell fire in a crowded theater? Well, this is even worse, right? They're hardworking people. They appreciate that they get to work and live in Ohio. It's what this country was founded on. I'm telling you. They're trying to turn America into the Russian Federation of America. He admitted to making up stories. And he treated Dana Bash like, you know what? That's what makes me crazy. The condescending tone and look, and that makes me nuts. And they're the ones that are nuts. I shouldn't have to go nuts because they're nuts. All right. Laura Loomer, I promised. I promised I'd read on her. Donald is too old. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, don't even get me started, because I won't stop. This is about Joe Biden. He had a bad performance on June 27th at that debate. And we were all concerned. We didn't want him to step down because they didn't let us know what their plans were. But the Democrats decided that the job would be too intense for him to go for 4 more years. And they all had meetings and they all talked about it. I know as upset as we were, we understand that we're in a better place, and it's a blessing in disguise. It has been a blessing in disguise. And yeah, J.D. Vance said he had to create those stories. He actually said it. Let's ask this. Anyway, so then Trump gets up there and he's completely gonzo, making no sense. Nobody says anything. The Magas don't say anything. Is J.D. Vance going to be held accountable because he admitted to the crime? Yes. He admitted to the crime. That's why. He said we create these stories because we want the media to talk about these stories. He's so stupid. Stupido. I'm going to read on Laura Loomer. Okay? Okay? I'm going there. Send me a donation. I'm going to read on Laura Loomer. If you can. More and more people and celebrities are rising up. Remember when I was reading the tea leaves on one Friday, and yeah, it was on a Friday, and I said it was a Friday before the debate, so it was on the 6th, Friday the 6th, when I read the tea leaves and I saw celebrities endorsing Kamala Harris. I didn't say a celebrity, I said celebrities coming out and endorsing the Harris Walls ticket. And when the artists come out, the mega artists come out, and they start speaking up, I'd love for one of them to have my song about January 6th and just sing it, because it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's public domain. I'm not making any money off of that song. I don't intend to. So, it's not just Taylor Swift. Billie Eilish and her brother came out. Thank you, Tweet Scotchy. Appreciate it. Are you paying me because I'm going to read on Laura Loomer? I need more donations if I'm going to go down into the slime. Okay. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Stevie Nicks came out in support of Taylor Swift, so that's obviously she's for Harris Wall. I mean, especially artists are for freedom. Right? Where can you hear my January 6th song? You can go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com. It's right there on page 1. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing it. Yeah, Amy shared it with her guitarist buddy. Share, 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 share. I'm so mad at YouTube for putting that bogus copyright on it because they tainted it. So if you need a copy that's not connected to my YouTube channel, I will send it to you. And it's available on grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Thank you for asking. Laura Loomer. Well, I have the lover card. Is Damon in the house? I didn't see. Laura Loomer is being paid. You heard it here. Laura Loomer is being paid. Ireland actually supports their artists. They pay them. What a novel idea. If I got paid for my songs, I have a lot of songs, but I would have a lot more songs because it really does curb your enthusiasm to create when you know you're not going to make any money off of it. It's really it's terrible. It's really a tragedy. Not for me, just for everybody. Not just for me. Yeah, as far as Laura Loomer goes, the relationship that she's having with Donald I'm just going to tell you, it's not like, oh, you're my good friend. That's all I'm going to say about it. That's not what it is. Donald needs to feel like he still has virility. Just going to leave it there. Ten of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. She's getting paid. She has a way of getting paid. Zircon is saying Russian operatives. Yeah. Is she getting paid from Russian operatives? I get a yes on that. I really do feel it's going to get to be common knowledge. Dale's laughing. No, it's true. Yeah, there's some truth in the chat. There's some truth in the chat. I'm not at liberty to say it. It ain't platonic. We'll just put it that way. And I did see a picture of her after I'd already gotten this when I read on it. I did see a picture of her with some, I don't know if he's a billionaire, but an old man. So she's a honeypot. I'm letting you guys say it all. Yeah. It's obvious, isn't it? Did anyone see there was a picture? I don't know who it was, but it was somebody. He might have been a billionaire. Very, very old man. No, it wasn't Rupert Murdoch, but he looks that old. Cozying up. Looking like she was with him. She's a grifter. Well, there is a word for that. It's the oldest profession. Oh dear, I've said too much. Thanks for putting up my PR information. I appreciate it. I do have classes coming up, starting on Saturday. There might be a change of time for the Saturday thing because I need to go to Nashville for a few days to see Sadhguru. So there he is, Sadhguru. My best friend is really on my case. I need to go see him. So the Saturday series is happening. It's just that this Saturday's class, the time and day might change. Yeah, Laura Loomer is damn scary. Let's ask this. Let's just ask. But definitely sign up for my classes. They're going to be awesomely fun. It's getting to be psychic season. I have my own. It's getting to be psychic season. Get ready. PsychicandEtion.com is where you go to find out what I'm up to. I'm working on a lot of things for, better PR and marketing. Right now, I just have me. Is Laura Loomer being influenced by the demonic? Oh, yeah, that's a yeah, that's a big yes. All right, good. Rose is signing up for the classes. That's almost scary. Do you guys want to play this game? Do you want to ask who else is under the influence of the demonic? She's a succubus, Amy's saying. Let's read a dad joke, because I need a dad joke right now. I've been trying to get healthy and heard an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I guess as long as you throw it hard enough. But I'm bummed. That's a good one. Do we want to ask who else? I can throw out some names. So just to not sound too out there about it, let's just say, is Christy Nome under the, is she influenced by, does she get influenced by the demonic? Does Christy Nome? Not so much, not as much. Yeah, that's not a straight ahead yes about Christy Nome. But Laura Loomer, yes. You don't have to say for entertainment purposes only, Rose. I'm just saying, I know you're trying to be helpful, but it's not necessary. And just briefly about that, if somebody held it against me that I said something, that would mean that they consider what a psychic says as claiming to be factual. They'd literally be saying, what you're saying is factual. Just making a point. I mean, thank you. I know you're just looking out for me. Is Marjorie Trader Green under the influence of the demonic? So it's given me some pretty good answers about not quite. It's something else with them. Is Stephen Miller under the influence of the demonic? Yes. Let's ask one more. Just to see, out of curiosity. Is Matt Gaetz being influenced by the demonic? Yes. Should we go for the big Cheeto? Okay, Shady Vance. Is Shady Vance being influenced by the demonic? Yes. There is a certain look. If you've been doing this work as long as I have, you get familiar with a certain kind of a feeling, a certain kind of an energy, a certain kind of a look. For example, when I read past lives, just for example, there's a certain quality of energy to people that have been in a past life, have been like victims of a genocide or a natural disaster, right? So there's a certain, it's really hard to describe, but it's a distinctive kind of an energy feeling. So when I'm asking if these people are under the influence of the demonic, there's a specific kind of a feeling to that. Kimberly Guilfoyle, is she under the influence? Yeah. Do you see? And Jim Jordan, and I think that, I'm kind of doing a class here. I think that as I'm going through with these few names that you can get it. You get it, right? You get it. There's a particular vibe. Let's do this. Is Greg Abbott under the influence of the demonic? Yes. James Comer, before I read the pendulum on him, I would say not under the influence. Yeah, I don't get that James Comer. He's just dumb. Is Maga Mike under the influence of the demonic? Yes. Yes, I got a yes. That's enough darkness for the moment. We do have tea leaves? I feel like I'm reading the time wrong. Are we past an hour already? Wow. We gotta read some tea leaves, people. Now, there's something very important for us to read on. I think it was, oh, hang on. We didn't ask about the big Cheeto. Is Donald Trump under the influence of the demonic? Yes. Yes. It's been a fun hour, right? Wow. Okay. Yikes. Let's read on this. We're just going to pull these cards, the Tarot de St. Croix. Tia, if you're out there, send me a message and let me know you're still doing good. Haven't heard from you. I worry about my people when I don't see them. I'm going to pull 3 cards about what's going to happen with our government, with our budget. Did Rose put a joke up there? I missed it. Government shutdown? Okay, well, this is what I'm seeing. I feel like what's going to prevail is that the Magas are going to decide that that's not going to be the best approach to getting support. Okay, you're going where? Traveling to Paris and Iceland soon? Nice! You can still tune in, Jersey Dan. The government shut. The 8 of Cups is like, that went really badly before when the government shut down. I don't think they're going to shut the government down. The 6 of Pentacles, they got to cover their asses. I mean, just to be frank. Maga has to cover their asses. There's too many things that they're doing that have garnered too much negative attention. I don't think they'll do it. So there's that. So let's read some tea leaves and then we'll be on our way. Here is, if you want to take a screenshot, these are the classes that are coming up. There you go. Holding it up so you can take a screen. I'm trying to be still. So the 21st is the Witch's Wheel of the Year. That's this Saturday. And I might have to change the time on that because I am flying to Nashville later in the day. Okay. Wait. I'm done with the cards. I'm going to the tea leaves. We didn't even talk about the full moon lunar eclipse. I don't know how it was for everybody. It was beautiful. I'm not going to the castle this year. Well, I could go. I could do a walkthrough of the castle, but I'm not going to be doing an event at the castle, not this year. They're way too busy. It's really... Samhain is your favorite holiday. Yeah, mine too. But I'll do a walkthrough of the castle. I'll do it. I'm just not doing an event there. They're so busy. It's just hard to book the time there, which is good that they're busy. Let me show you the picture of the full moon. I did post it. It was beautiful last night. It was so beautiful. See it? Isn't that so beautiful? I zoomed in a little bit, but it's just like, look at that light. Last dad joke. Two guys were robbing a bank. One picks up a bottle and asks the other, "Is this whiskey?" His accomplice said, "Not whiskey as robbing a bank." Not risky. Takes me a minute sometimes, or a second. Alright, I'm going to show you the tea leaves. Here we go. And one of the classes that I'm teaching is a tea leaf class. Hang on. When is that going to be? October 19th is tea leaf reading. Okay. This is interesting. We have so much news coming out that it's going off the cuff. Yeah, wasn't that moon beautiful? I'm attempting to read this. Hang on. There's a heart there. So what we have under Jupiter is a heart. We're going to see an expansion of the love. Really big time. That kind of looks like musical instruments to me. We're gonna see people kind of singing the same song, which is great, being in harmony with one another. That looks like Kokopelli too. That's so interesting. We're gonna see some important news is gonna come to light. I really do feel a lot of revelations coming. Looks like a ha. What's a ha? I keep saying Kokopelli in the cup. It's not just because I'm a musician. I feel like, well, you know what? It looks like a dolphin jumping. The love is expanding. And let me just say something about the artists and the music. Artists and music, any kind of art, the cultural arts, any kind of art, any kind of creativity. That is what has always saved the world. Because we're all vibration and it keeps us in the same vibration. So let's stay with the vibration of love. Let's stay with the vibration of caring for one another. The positive side of this darkness that we've been in is we have no other choice but to turn to the light. And turn it around. And when you see some person who's in the cult flying their Trump flags, just go to neutral if it upsets you. They're misguided, they're misled, most are angry, and some very sadly are just gullible, but they're nice people. So I'm so glad that we get together. I feel like Carol Burnett. I'm so glad we've had this time together. I'm so glad that we get together. It's really important. Please know that this is a viewer-supported channel. I want to shut off the monetization. I don't like that you're seeing Trump ads, and I'll be able to do that if you book readings and stuff. And it's a win-win because you get all this great stuff. All this great stuff. Tap into your psychic abilities. I've said too much. I'll see you all soon. Please join Grassroots of Democracy. We need all hands on deck. Grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Namaste. Love you guys. See ya.